All right, looks like we're just about ready to get started. I am I'm only seeing a black screen. Sorry for anybody who's watching right now. We are not seeing. You see it? Okay. Well, hopefully everybody can see it okay. And got somebody here who's monitoring our comments for us. So there we go. Oh, it just came up on my end. I feel so much better now. Hi, my name is Kristen Hatcher. I'm the general manager here at Stardock, and I'm hoping that we're not going to have too many Twitch problems as we're doing this stream. Our own Adam B is out of the office today, and so I've taken over for him, and so naturally everything falls apart when he's out of the office. I am here with Scott Tykoski. Say hello, Scott.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And there we are. Hello.
Oh.
Goodbye. I'm getting rid of those.
You really don't like those cameras.
I don't care for them. I do not. I do not. Now, we do have a treat for everybody because Scott has promised to do this whole thing as a song.
No,
so he's He's going to freeform rap, I think is what he said. All the information for you.
So tomorrow, so tomorrow, we're just gonna sidestep that one.
Just pretend she didn't say it. Maybe nobody will.
Welcome
say
to the
anything.
stream. We're, yeah. Oh, okay. So we want to bring up 1.1 is going to be going out as an opt-in tomorrow. So that's pretty awesome. And I'm going to be showing that. That's actually the build that we're showing off right now. So let's see. Sovereign casts. Oh, okay. So this is a big one. One of the big complaints. And
Sorry, Scott. Apparently, they're trying to tell us that they want the cameras back. They want to see us. I don't care for it, but now you're on.
Okay.
So no more scratching your nose while you're.
Yeah. Here, let me get up.
No,
Personal.
Right. Do a little
1.1.
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about 1.1 that's going out tomorrow. Anybody who wants it will have to opt in. Do you know the steps? There's steps to get the opt-in patch.
Well,
go into Steam.
You go into Steam. You go into your library of installed games. You right-click on the game, and you go to Properties.
Sounds right.
You were testing me, Scott.
No,
I don't like that.
actually, no.
And
I'm
then
just trying to.
go,
I'm trying to act like
I was.
I was.
There's a tab called Betas. And you go and you can choose whether to opt in or opt out of any particular beta. Yeah. You can set. I think you can set it to always opt in, or at any point you're welcome to opt out if you feel like it's you don't want to play the beta.
You're in too deep. Like this is.
That's right.
All right. So you want to make sure that you're all that stuff is set up in Steam to get what we're talking about, the good stuff.
That's right, the good stuff. Which we're going to talk about a little bit today.
Yes, I'm going to show it off, actually. I think I got a battle queued up.
Right.
The big...
I am turning these off now, people. I'm turning the screens off now so we can watch the battle.
Okay.
Don't push me. Don't push me.
Right. So one of the big thing... Oh, go away. Go away. Okay. You too.
Oh, they're just going to keep coming up and bothering you.
I'm trying to talk, people. One of the things that always came up when it came to the sovereign cast system in battles was whether or not it should use up that unit's turn. Thematically, it was always a matter of, the unit's kind of calling out for the sovereign. He's sacrificing his turn, but he gets something awesome in return. The problem is that you have to make something really, really awesome to make sacrificing a unit's turn worthwhile. And so after before 1.0 came out, we were talking internally about changing it back over to not use the unit's turn, but it was deemed too risky for gold. So we did get that in for 1.1, so let's give that a go. It really helps with the momentum of battle. You don't run into situations where you're doing really good and you want to cast something and you have to wait for the next crappy unit to use his turn. You can just fire off spells quickly and keep that battle momentum going.
Okay.
So let's
take
jump
a
into a
look at
battle. I should have been able to take these guys out easy, but I'm going to jump in to a battle anyways. So here Tandis is up. I'm going to Sovereign cast Contagion, a spell that does poison damage to all enemies. That's a nice way to soften up the enemy before jumping in. And now Tandis still has his turn. So now I get to use him as I would. He's already called the Sovereign though, so he can't cast multiple times in the same in the same turn, but he can move up here. Didn't make it all the way, so I'll use Lethal Focus. So anyways, that's kind of, I would say that's probably the biggest gameplay change that people will be seeing in 1.1. Being able to, let's get a Baron here.
Gilmoy says,
awesome.
wow, free Sovereign cast and a heart symbol, which I'm assuming means he likes.
He loves it. Everybody's going to, like, I've been playing my current game for about 3 hours now, and it feels so good to be able to just keep going, not have to worry about, am I wasting this guy's turn?
Right.
So it's definitely an area where thematics did not win out. It didn't feel good, and we're hoping that more people use the Sovereign system, because it was really weird. We'd see feedback, and sometimes people were like, I didn't even use the Sovereign cast because it was always so much more beneficial to just have the guys do their melee attacks, and that made us sad, and we knew that we had to fix it, and I believe that we have.
Very good.
So that's super rad.
Awesome. Now, one thing I didn't mention at the top of the screencast here is that if you have questions, most of you, it looks like, have been in the channel before, but if you have questions for us, please put @Stardock at the beginning, and then I'll know that they're for me. And I will try and get to your questions as quickly as possible. Sometimes they scroll so fast that I miss them. In the meantime, we're going to just talk a little bit more about what kind of... Oh, that one wasn't like that. Too bad.
It felt good.
I'm going to put that in a video, a gameplay video. In the meantime, we're just going to talk a little bit more about what kinds of things are in 1.1. I'm assuming there are some bug fixes and things like that.
Yeah, there are many bug fixes, embarrassingly enough. There'll be a full changelog going up, I think today or tomorrow. Patrick is working on that right now. And I forget some of the specifics. One problem was a lot of the summon units were supposed to have area of effect effects when they were summoned into battle, and they weren't working properly, so we went in and figured out why that was so. So now so let's actually bring a Wisp into battle. Now he will, let's do it here. He will properly heal the units around him when he comes in. Different guys have different effects. So it's not just that you're bringing in a unit, it's that they have some sort of auxiliary effect on the battlefield.
Right.
That now properly happens.
Okay.
Let's see.
Gilmoy had a question.
Okay.
It's not so much a question as it is a statement. He said, you realize this not so subtly favors huge doom stacks for all those extra chances to Sovereign cast.
It does. I mean, it definitely makes it makes you cast more.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. This may be a situation where we put it in, we realize that now all of a sudden it's too easy to win the game with Sovereign cast. So that's when we go into the spell data and boost mana costs or charge times or whatever. But in general, it feels...
Everybody on this stream, make use of this now before...
Yeah, use if you find cheese, use it to your maximum benefit, because we will snuff it out.
That's right.
I was going to say, there's a tile yields bug that's been... that's come up from time to time that we were able to take care of, which is nice because that's annoying.
Okay, good.
Let's see. can sell excess items for mana. Oh, so a lot of times you'll end up with most of the time weapons that you just can't use. You've leveled up to the point where it's like, I don't need that starting crap.
Right. But you're still carrying it around.
You're still carrying it around, and it's heavy, and it makes you sweat. And so we're like, we got to get rid of this.
Lord knows I do not like sweating.
So there's a little X button in the item in the inventory screen where you can sell that for mana. It's like 5 mana. It's not much, but it's something to relieve you of that
and
visual
make you
burden.
Feel like you're getting something for it rather than just nothing.
The old Elemental games, I think you'd actually go and sell it for gold, but there's no gold in this world, so
no gold.
Mana is the
mana
currency.
Is the currency. Okay.
Let's see, Miner. AI updates, Miner and Sorcerer King. Let's see. Okay, so there was a problem with miners expanding their city's expansion code, but it needs some love. So Charles just got done fixing that, and then SK tenants, and then the on the SK side beefed him up a little bit and looked into the lieutenants. So the lieutenants are in the gold version, they're kind of notoriously dumb. They will sit there in your zone of control and get hit, and it's really stupid of them.
Sure.
And we were frustrated because it's like we put code in there, we all over the place to try to keep them from doing that, but they still insisted on doing it. And we found the line of code where they were I'm gonna put this on auto battle. They were targeting shards, but there was code in there that said you can't target shards. If you target shards, you're going to die. So they would target the shards and not be able to do anything about it, so they'd stand there. And there's always outposts around the shards. So they would stand there and get hit. That code is out now, so lieutenants will be a little bit smarter about taking damage.
Lord knows we like the smarter lieutenants.
Yes.
The smarter anybody.
Yeah, these poor guys.
That guy's scary.
Yeah, he was the one. And that's the thing is it's not that scary. The moment that he stands there and just takes a beating from your outpost, it takes away from the flavor of his might.
Right. It really does. Yeah.
So I have... Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have the most thorough list. I'll try to...
the CW asked, he just said changes to the score calculation. And I don't know.
I don't think so.
CW, are you referring to the lieutenants or to the? I'm not sure what he's referring to.
I don't think there are any changes to the score. How the score is calculated for 1.1, at least.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
The CW. Did you want there to be changes to the score calculation? I will ask and see if he responds.
Let's see. Yeah, there's just. Yeah, tons and tons of little bugs that got fixed that should make the game a lot nicer.
Are you playing on a random map?
I am playing on a random map.
That's very nice.
I like it, though I had all these forests that made it slow for me to go over there. Oh, I had an interesting situation with this city, and it's finally worked its way out of it, but it wasn't leveling up, and it didn't have enough... So it had really good production, so I had it produce a bunch of barracks and things that turned my food into logistics, but I had eaten up all my food, and I was actually in the negative, so it was never leveling up. So I had to figure out a way to get it leveled up to the point where it could actually sustain itself.
Right.
So that was an interesting scenario where I kind of had to use all my
right there.
No, it's really
a little tiny plot of
it's
land.
got really, really nice production, but it's kind of ended up screwing me because I was able to pump out those buildings that ate up all the food. So
SJ Gold asked, was it said when this update will release? It will is it next Thursday?
I think we're planning for next Thursday. So we want to do opt-in tomorrow, opt-in Tuesday with any little updates, and then after that it should be good for Thursday. We've already tested it pretty thoroughly.
All right, so the CW says he made a posting about the end game where he finished the Sorcerer King in 98 turn, score 1,050, then reloaded and did next to nothing for 50 turns, and his score went up to 187,000. So we'll have to check out his post and see what exactly might be going on.
Brad's the keeper of that number calculation, so when we can sit down with him, we'll bring that up.
Yeah.
But
the CW, if you
that's
made that
definitely
posting, then we'll go take a look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. I think the big problem is right now the game uses turns funny. Like if you win the game super quick, you should get a benefit for it, opposed to like, oh, you've like what he's saying. I think that's what he's saying. He sat it out and ended up getting a huge bonus. Yeah. That's Dumbsville.
Yeah, that's not the goal, certainly.
Yeah.
So,
not the intention.
All right, so what you doing?
Oh, so
are you telling your outpost to attack?
No, I'm upgrading my outpost. So
upgrading your outpost, okay.
I think I'm trying to figure out where the Sorcerer King is coming from. His units keep popping up over here. So I got this interesting, like, forked situation where they could be coming from down here, over here. And I think they're coming from over here because we have a destroyed shard, so they probably took that out.
Right.
And then I got friggin' Vertrar over here.
Right. How do you play the early game usually when they start destroying shards right away, and the game tells you there's a shard under attack to the northwest or wherever it might be? I tend to ignore those because it's too early for me to go find it and do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't do much. It's more of a thematic, like, hey,
this is a
thing that happens in the game, and you're probably gonna lose some, and don't worry about it.
Right. But you take
I've
care
never,
of the rest of them.
I rarely actually go out and try to defend those just because. I know that there are players who will like reroute their strategy because they want to save all the shards.
Right.
Which,
is
God
that
bless
even
them.
possible? Can you save all the shards?
Yes, there are people who have.
Really?
And I really wish we would have put an achievement in
yes.
for doing it because it's like, it's one of those fun little I'm going to make my own rules type thing that, it'd be nice to acknowledge in game. But I will acknowledge it on the stream. If you do that, you're super awesome.
Yeah, I would second that.
Very
Not
impressive.
That my praise means much to you at this point, but
it does.
Super awesome. Oh, here's our guy.
No, I don't even want to talk to him.
Don't even want to talk to him.
No, away with you. Oh, my city's been attacked. Okay, let's
Thailand
battle. So this is a situation where it's really nice to be able to just summon in some guys. Now here, I have a question for regular players.
Yeah.
Right now, you can summon. So I'm going to summon in this bear, and sometimes it's the bear didn't take his turn. Okay, so it's the bear's turn. Should summon guys be able to summon in more things? Like if I had a whole bunch of summoning things summoning spells, should I be able to?
Should a summoned bear be able to
summon another thing? And then the wisp summon the dragon, and
I feel like that's
too
a little cheese.
A little cheesy.
I think it's a little cheesy, but that's me. The CW mentioned that there is a Steam achievement for if you save all of your shards.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry, you can tell I've never done it. All right. Take him out, bear. No. I'll let autoplay do the rest. Okay, so we protected our city, but I don't know for how long. So I'm going to send some reinforcements. Oh, one nice thing. I don't know who on the stream is new, but I'm going to pretend that there are some new people on the stream.
You betcha.
So one of the abilities that we put in kind of late in the cycle is we gave all the sovereigns the resource harvesting ability. So if you have that, then based on the resources that you have, you'll get these loot crates.
Nice.
So this, because I have a crystal quarry, I got a crystal quarry crate.
Say that 5 times fast.
And it's just a nice way to keep your have the crafting system feed from what you have control of on the main map.
Very
see.
nice.
I'm going to come over here. Okay, I'm going to try to talk and play at the same time. I'm no good at
The CW said that every shard is sacred, by the way.
Okay, it's true. I'm glad that...
It is true. I'm glad people feel that way.
Actually, I need to thank CW. He sent me a save game.
Yeah.
I didn't get to load it up, but there was some... there's a really weird thing going on with Tireless March, where it looks like it stacks in funny ways, at least for the 1.0 build or whatever build they have, where you can get... He had a guy that was moving like 19 units a turn.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably too much. But I wasn't able to repro it, and I'm thankful that we have the outstanding players that we do sending us save files.
Absolutely.
Because we're dumb over here, apparently. I couldn't... I tried 5 different ways, and I couldn't repro
Not
it. So
dumb. It's just hard to repro if you don't have
it
the
is.
right equipment
Exactly.
sometimes, or
wrong equipment.
So, right.
I'm thinking it may be a build thing, because a lot has changed.
So if you guys ever run into something and we maybe say we can't repro it or reproduce it, then by all means, send us a saved game, because that really helps.
It does. Yeah, being able to track down the bug is like 80% of fixing most bugs. Oh. Here's some mana.
Here's some mana, friend.
Yeah, I worry. Speaking of balance, I do worry that now spells are a little too cheap. I'll be curious to see. We're gonna keep it exactly how it is for this 1.1 opt-in, but
right.
As people play, if you could kind of take a note as to how much mana you have. Maybe I think I may just store a lot of mana. I think I'm a turtler. We've talked about this. Like I like to have plenty of resources and plenty of distance between me and the enemy.
Until you can build your stack of doom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking
of course, it looks like the enemy's coming for you.
Yeah, he has a nice little stack of doom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to set up a Outpost gauntlet and try to trap him. Luckily, the fixed code for the lieutenants isn't in, so I could cheese them that way. We found an interesting bug. We're getting a lot of reports as to Maul being able to take out a unit. Like Maul would never miss. For anybody who doesn't know, Maul is this ability in it's been around since Fallen Enchantress, I think, where bears and certain creatures, certain enemies will keep attacking until they miss.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all well and good, but it turns out that if you casted Tangled Web on the enemy, it would automatically set their dodge to 0.
Okay.
And so every time it tried to tick up and say, no, you have dodge, try to dodge, it'd say, no, I can't dodge. I'm tangled.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you tangle web somebody, you'd be able to maul them to death. Maul would keep hitting to infinity.
Okay.
And we actually took out a lieutenant that way.
With a bear?
With a level 1 cave bear.
Nice.
We webbed him, we webbed, I think, the fire demon. And I think the cave bear took off 1 HP for 150 shots.
Wow.
So
what did you say you did?
We fixed that.
You fixed it so that the bear or whatever animal does not just continue to maul until...
Yeah, we fixed it. We fixed the calculation on Tangled Web, so instead of setting it to 0, I think it gives a 50% dodge debuff, and then we fixed some other code. Basically, we fixed it. It was an issue that will not be an issue anymore. It was really when people played as Guardian is when you saw it, because your starting setup was Spider and Bear. So anybody who knew how to use Tangled Web would probably run into that problem at some point. I'm out of moves. Level up. What else can we talk about, Kristen?
Good question. I'm getting a few insults on the channel at the moment.
What?
It's all right. I can take it.
Do they want
the
camera back on?
No, I have bad news for you. The cameras have been on for a little while now.
Oh my gosh.
It's bad news for me. It's bad news for our watchers, as far as I'm concerned. But fireball, get fireball.
Okay.
Yeah. Fire burns clean.
I thought you were a turtler.
Well,
that's fine. No, that was the best choice out of the bunch.
I'm just a fan of fireball.
Okay, I'm a turtler until there comes an option to burn something.
That's right.
And then it all burns.
I like fire. Have you guys seen any comments or questions on the forums about things that people would like to see that you hope to add in the future?
Yeah, Brad has up, actually for anybody who doesn't know, Brad has up a forum post dedicated to that sort of thing. We have several updates planned past 1.1, and we want to make sure we get in, get as much in as possible. And we have a expansion being planned on the horizon.
Very nice.
So there's that. So all the feedback we can get, we would love to have it because we want to make people happy. Because there's a lot of unhappy people on Metacritic. We want to make them happy.
That's something that I've always...
Is that all games?
Well, it's very possible, but I don't want to say confused necessarily, but taken aback a little bit, perhaps, that we got pretty good Metacritic score, pretty good reviews.
Yeah.
And then I think individuals go to Metacritic to either give it a 1 or give it a 10.
Yeah, it seemed that way. Yeah, it was very split and super divided.
I mean, if a game is a 5 to you and you're kind of like, it was okay. You just don't feel any passion for it at all, maybe. So I guess we could say we are succeeding in that the game inspires passion. Yes,
there's a old saying when making anything that if nobody hates it, then nobody loves it. Where it's like you gotta stoke something, because if it just flatlines, then it probably flatlines for everybody.
Right.
So I'd like to think that the fact that there are people who really don't like it means that and it seems to be the case, where there are people who really, really like it, who say, this is bringing something new to 4X.
Right.
It's a nice entry point for people who may have been a little bit nervous about 4X, because nowadays, 4X, every 4X game that comes out, it feels like you have to learn all these new systems, and it can be daunting, even to us in the industry of making 4X games. It's like, oh God, like I feel like a noob every time I try a new 4X.
And as how do I state this? As a company that markets to people, we want this to be available to new markets as well as to our existing hardcore gamers. So, it's a tough balance to make it a real 4X
It really
game
is, yeah.
that really gives you the challenge, but also makes it accessible to somebody. I mean, there's lots of, let's say 11-year-olds out there who are just getting into gaming and might want to be, interested in this, but attention spans are so short these days. We've only got a little window to capture them.
Yeah.
So
it's nice because I think that it uses, like, it has the tactical battles, and there's a lot of simple systems to understand that lead the way to the bigger 4X gameplay systems. And I don't know, it from what I'm reading online from people who don't normally play 4X games, they're loving Sorcerer King, and that makes me excited, because I think that was one of our broad strokes to hit. Like, okay, let's make it a little bit more RPG-ish and try to lower the barrier to entry, because 4Xs are daunting.
They absolutely can be, and that's why you and I made that tutorial too for the
is that out?
Noob. It is out there. You can go find it on YouTube or on our Steam page, I believe.
Do I sound awesome in it?
You do. Well, my favorite part is when you do the Bailey voice. Where's Brad?
Oh.
I can't do it, but you had that deep growly voice. All right. I'm going to mess up this name, I am sure, so I apologize in advance. But fetacheese says the tech trees should be fixed a bit. It's hard to determine what you have versus what you can get versus what you can't yet.
Yes.
And it should be easier to view instantly.
Let's go to that, shall we?
Shall we?
Yeah, so right now there's a little glow around everything that you already have.
Right.
And if I were to be leveling up my Sovereign,
you'd want to go
these
to the
icons,
last glowing one?
it would be it would be brighter. Like this is kind of grayed out. It would be brighter, but
Okay.
there would be no glow around it. So it's kind of confusing. We've actually had people complain that they'd get to this screen and have nothing else to pick, and they couldn't do anything. Whereas there'd actually be one
There's
more
actually
thing.
One thing.
One more thing where they can pick, and so it's it's a failure on our part to properly like highlight. Okay, here are your options.
Yeah, it's a tough one because if you wanted to add more space, if you want to stretch this out vertically a little bit, you're going to end up taking up the whole screen with that window, and that's probably not ideal either.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like there's got to be something we can do. We have our visual effects team did such a great job, like drawing your eye to the doomsday counter when it fills, or drawing your eye to any number of things that I'm sure we could do something. But that's definitely on our list. It's on our list of things to touch.
All right. The CW also said the chance calculation for Tame also seems to be failing. If I have an army running around composed of dragons and another of cave bears and a third army full of spiders, a dragon should resist 80% of the time. In reality, it's closer to 30%. This is why I love you guys. You see, you come up with these stats and you actually...
I feel like
I'm just like...
I'm trying to do this math in my head.
Right.
I'm failing miserably. I'll have to see that one written down.
Okay.
I think that there's a lot of math that goes into the charm chance, and some of it's unit level, some of it's an explicit like how likely am I to resist charm, and then obviously the spell mastery ability factors in there. So I have a feeling what's happening is probably something on the spell mastery side where some of those units, I bet you dragons have a higher spell mastery than some of the other beasts.
Sure. The person whose name I completely obliterated a few minutes ago said it's feta cheese. So that's all it was.
That's funny. I was going to say feta cheese.
Feta cheese. That's all it was. Yep.
See?
Yep.
Is it spelled different than feta cheese?
It is, but that's no excuse.
Some threes for E's and whatnot?
No, it's FETACHZ.
Feta cheese.
It's the CHZ part that got me messed up.
I knew it, and I didn't even see it. I knew it.
Metalisil also said back regarding our conversation about the Metacritic score, he said real gamers don't care for Metacritic score. We know it's biased. So there you go.
Yeah, I've heard that too, but it hurts.
It does hurt.
It hurts. Single
it
tear.
Hurts Scott's feelings. Single tear rolls down his face. Cue the sad violin.
Yeah.
All right. Feta Cheese has one other comment. The tab key is an issue. I think others have comments to get an idle unit. It sometimes ends the turn instead of selecting the next idle unit. He thinks others have probably reported this as well.
I saw that brought up. I wonder if I was actually talking to Feta Cheese on one of our forums. The tab key functions kind of differently than with LH. In LH, it was a straight up tab is how you cycle between your units that don't have turns.
LH is Legendary Heroes, for those of you who are not familiar.
Which you can purchase now for the low price. So that game did it that way. The tab key in Sorcerer King is directly tied to the new feature of this context turn area. So whatever it says on the tab button is what the tab key is going to do. The tab key functions like you pressing the turn button.
Right.
So it says
or
idle.
the action button, right? So whatever the action is on that button, it should do it. And I think he's saying it doesn't always do that. If there is an
then that's definitely a bug.
Yeah.
The design intention of tab is that so it says idle units down here. If I press tab, it's going to select my guy that is idle. I'm going to move him. Now it says idle cities. I'm going to press tab again. And now I have access to unidle my city by selecting something.
By
and now it says
now turns.
Guys to work. So that's interesting, though. I wonder if So none of these guys have movement. Yeah, so now it says turn, so I will press tab. I think I think that what it means is if you press tab and you go to the next turn, that just means that you don't have any more units.
No idle units.
No idle units, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I would have to see a save game.
Yeah, save game.
With where
Send
that's
us that.
reproducible. But
All right.
not a resolve.
SJ Gold asked, speaking of FELH, the 2.0 patch to bring over some of the SK enhancements and such, is there a target time frame on that?
There is. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But I do know that Charles spent a couple of days last week getting some of those over, and he said it already feels peppier, and there's
Great.
a lot of good stuff that made its way over.
Fantastic.
So, at some point that will be coming.
Fetacheese said it sometimes says end turn, but there are indeed units with movement, and that he will get you a save game.
That sounds great, and I'm sorry that the turn button is a filthy liar, because that's bullcrap.
It's a lying liar who
You
lies.
Stupid turn button.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's weird.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to show us or talk about?
I'm sure that there was, but I totally forget. Let me look at my cheat sheet.
You're holding
I'm
it
gonna
up in
cover
front
up
of the
my
camera. Doing it on purpose.
Let's see, minor. Yeah, I can't think of anything else
Okay.
big. The spell stuff, the Sovereign cast is probably just the big headliner for 1.1.
Okay.
There's some new art. Some of the higher tier cities will have beautiful new artwork
Very nice.
going in.
Can't wait to see that.
We have a new unit going in, I think, or at least we're trying to get out some. There were some units that reused assets that we kind of wanted to finalize and get their own unique assets in. So I
Okay.
think there's a Bloodletter unit that's going into the game with a big
Bloodletter.
sickle, and he looks super awesome.
All right.
And I don't know what else. I'm sorry,
that's
Kristen.
good. That's good. It goes opt-in when?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So yeah. So you guys can actually get a taste of this tomorrow.
Crappiest fanfare.
And no, it was beautiful, Scott. Don't be so down on yourself. And you guys, we appreciate you being such staunch fans. If you haven't already reviewed the game, please by all means go out and do it. Or if you know others who have the game, who liked it, who haven't reviewed it. If they didn't like it, don't bring it up to them. Then we'd certainly appreciate positive reviews. And of course, if you like the game, tell your friends. And if you didn't like the game, tell your enemies.
If you
Purchase
didn't
it.
like, and if there is something about the game that you don't like, be sure to jump onto that forum that Brad started.
Absolutely.
That thread where we're always listening for comments and feedback. We have months and months of development planned for the game. So we want to address concerns, or if it's something that can strike up a conversation, and maybe we feel a certain way about a feature, and enough people can prove us wrong,
We have
backtrack.
A whole slew of just one more thing. So we got, Fetacheese asked, one more thing. Can you make units move faster on the strategic map without having them instant move via options? I thought there was a double right click. Does that make sense?
What I always do is once I get so many guys, I will really quickly. Does spacebar do it? No. I'll zoom out to main map, and then it goes into zippy pewter piece mode.
I like that mode.
There's no way other than that to speed up the guys. Oh, what you could do is pan off of them. They will insta move if they are not on the map. So let's get some guys moving. I'm gonna steal this guy. Yes, I cheated. Okay, so these guys are moving down. Oh, you need health. Okay, and they insta moved anyways. Why did you do that? Okay, this is what happens when you cheat, kids.
You get cheated.
Buggy. You get. Okay, let's try again.
Cheaters never win, Scott.
Be a hero. I can't get it to repro, but anyways, you can. If a guy's moving and they're taking too long, pan off, pan back, and they'll have insta moved. over. But I know one feature that I really like in tactical maps, tactical battles, is being able to hold down the shift key to double up speed. So if there's a situation where I'm just like, okay, hurry up, press down shift and it'll double speed. It'd be nice to get that on the main map, but I doubt that'll happen because, I don't know. Maybe I can convince somebody.
Sure.
No, everybody who wants that, put that in Brad's thread.
There you go.
I will join you with my pitchfork.
Archducal Stein said, one request. Could you add a disembark all option for ships that disembark all units to the same tile? That's Scott's thinking face.
Add that to the thread. I guess so the what we're trying to solve there is just being able to click everything.
He said right now managing a ship is micromanagement hell.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, add that. Definitely, that sounds like a good UI improvement. Yeah, I could see like yeah, we can do that. We can do it.
We have the technology. We can rebuild him.
We can do it. I will bring it up to Patrick and see where it lands on the priority list. But I could see that being a nice improvement for one of the updates. Okay. Little button right here if you have a had a boat selected that automatically selected everybody. Would be nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Done. Well.
Done. Well.
The first.
Let's not get crazy, Scott.
It's basically done. We agreed to it on the stream. It's practically done.
It's practically in the next release. Okay. All right. I think that's everything that we have for today. Thank you all so much for joining us and for being our loyal viewers. And we really appreciate your participation in this process because knowing what works and what doesn't work and what could be improved really helps us out a lot.
Absolutely. Big time.
If you've got some problems in your game that you want us to take a look at, those saved games really help, and be sure to check out that forum thread where Brad has asked everybody for their ideas. All right. Anything else, Scott?
No. Enjoy no songs. Enjoy 1.1.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. Woo! All right. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you again next week, Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Bye, guys.